Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our YouTube channel where we embark on a thrilling adventures through the annals of history. Today we set sail into the captivating world of Viking lore as we explore the awe-inspiring dragonship Ellida. Imagine yourself transported to the realms of the mighty Vikings, warriors of the sea known for their bravery and mastery of the ships. Among their formidable fleet, one vessel stood out as the symbol of their maritime supremacy, the legendary dragonship Ellida. The Ellida was not just a ship, it was a work of art and engineering marvel, crafted with utmost precision and adorned with intricate carvings of fearsome dragons. This vessel struck awe into the hearts of those who witnessed it. Its dragon figurehead, poised at the prow, seemed to bring the ship to life, striking fear into the hearts of enemies and inspiring courage amongst its crew. But the Ellida's significance goes beyond its remarkable appearance. It was a vessel that carried the Vikings on daring expeditions, allowing them to conquer new lands, trade with distant civilizations, and forge their place in history. Its sleek design and advanced construction made it a formidable force on the open seas, allowing the Vikings to navigate treacherous waters and venture where others feared to tread. The dragonship Ellida was not just a means of transportation, it was a symbol of Viking ingenuity and their indomitable spirit. It carried their dreams, ambitions, and yearning for adventure across vast oceans and uncharted territories. In the game, we get Dragonship Ellida as the new addition to the game, as the rare wonder. It brings out a new mechanic to the wonder system which we didn't have before. So starting off with the first bonus the Dragonship Ellida provides is that it boosts the hit points of all of your cavalry units by starting 2.5%. As you would level it up further, it will go up to 9.1%, just as all the other health wonders do. Now, as we know, health wonders in this game are not as good as they could be because the percentage of the boost is kinda too low still, even with the new addition. It's a nice bonus to have if you want it. Now, for the secondary bonus, the Dragonship Ellida provides us with decreasing the cooldown at which your dock workers replenish. It sounds like increases the cooldown speed of the trade offers by starting 10%. Usually, your dock workers require 1 hour to replenish after you buy goods or you sell goods. Now, this wonder will lower that time by starting 10%, which is actually 6 minutes of the time. If you would level it up further, the timing would decrease even more because the percentage at which it will lower the cooldown will go up to 75%. So that means your dock workers on the level 30 of Dragonship Ellida will replenish in 10-15 minutes approximately. And now the best part of this wonder is that it counts as 2 of its own wonder type. And this wonder here is Naval Wonder, which means it counts as the 2 naval wonders. Now why is this important? We have only 2 wonders beside Dragonship, which are naval and require naval synergy. One of which is highly important, which is Colossus of Rhodes. Now, Colossus of Rhodes is a must-have if you want to advance fast, if you want to get gears faster, you want to make blueprints faster. Colossus of Rhodes provides you extra gears for every donation made on the other player. Now, many players in this game do RP exchange, material exchange to get gears. Now, Colossus helps you to get more gears from every trade, which is absolutely amazing. Colossus requires naval wonders to be active to get 5% more gears from every naval wonder active. It doesn't count itself, so this is where Dragonship Ellida comes in handy. Now, every day when you log on and you make 5 donations on other player, we switch Dragonship Ellida on, and then we have plus 10% to the gear acquirement. As well as we can trigger on our 3rd naval wonder, which is Lighthouse of Alexandria, to get 5% more. So in total, at the moment, the maximal boost for Colossus of Rhodes for synergy would be 3 naval wonders, which is Dragonship Ellida, counts as 2, and Lighthouse of Alexandria. Total 15% more to the gears acquirement daily, which is absolutely amazing. Now, you don't have to have this wonder on all the time. you need it switched on just when you make donations with your Colossus of Rhodes just to boost it. Also, if you do a lot of trades in the trade, could use the Lighthouse of Alexandria because it provides you with more goods from every trade. Now this is where Dragonship Ellida also comes in handy, because Dragonship Ellida counts as 2 naval wonders, and Lighthouse of Alexandria requires naval wonders active to get you even more. So that means if you trigger Colossus and Dragonship Ellida, the Lighthouse of Alexandria would also get plus 15% to the provided goods from every trade. Military-wise, this wonder is not really beneficial, but we never had anything boosting cavalry health before. We only had Sphinx, which boosts the damage, and Sphinx is absolutely amazing because it's a statue and it synergizes with other statue military wonders. But battle-wise, Dragonship Ellida is not really significant. The bonus is pretty low, so we wouldn't count on it. Trade cooldown boost is actually quite decent. If you advance Tira and you want to trade your goods fast, this wonder will help you out with that quite a lot. But the thing we're gonna use it for daily is because it's 2 times naval. So every day before you make donations on any player, on any RP material exchange in the wonder system, you want to trigger this on so that the Colossus gets plus 10% to the gear acquirement. I would say that this is a very useful wonder, and I would highly suggest on getting it, at least on the level 1. Because just to boost Colossus, you don't need to level it up. You can just have it on level 1 and switch it on whenever you need it. The next wonder we're gonna delve into today would be the newly added wonder together with the Dragonship Ellida, which is Valhalla. Picture yourself within the vast landscapes of ancient Scandinavia, a land shrouded in myth and sagas. Among the tales of gods, heroes and battle, there exists a realm unlike any other, the wondrous Valhalla. Valhalla is a great hall of Odin, chief amongst the North gods. In his majestic hall, fallen Viking warriors are welcomed into an eternal afterlife of honor and glory. A place where valorous deeds and strength in battle are rewarded with feasting, revelry, and everlasting companionship. Through Valhalla exists within the realms of myth and folklore, its significance in North culture cannot be understated. It served as a driving force, inspiring warriors to display remarkable bravery on the battlefield. In the game, we got Valhalla as the newly added legendary wonder of the wonders of the stories and myth. Valhalla also adds one new mechanic to the game, which we didn't have before, and we're gonna talk about all of them in particular order. Now, first of all, Valhalla, just like Abu Simbel, provides you with a boost to the damage of all of your units by starting 5%, which is, by the looks of it, you might say very decent. I would say that is, but there is always a certain but. When you level up Valhalla, on level 30, it will go only to 10.3%, unlike Abu Simbel, which goes until 18.3%, which is a lot higher. For the same amount of resources invested, if you invest in Abu Simbel, you get a lot more military power than you would get from leveling up Valhalla. But Valhalla gets the second bonus, which is also a damage boost, and it boosts the damage of all your units by 1.5% extra per every other active palace. Now, as we know, palace synergy in this game is kinda undeveloped, it's almost not useful, especially in the military, so we would not use palaces to boost Valhalla. Why? Because statue synergy wonders provide you with a lot more power. If we switch palace wonders on just to boost Valhalla, we will be losing tremendous amount of military power from switching the statue wonders like Sphinx, Zeus, Temple of Artemis, and etc. And the bonus of 1.5% is really low. At best you would get it to 9% if you put all the palaces, and it would be 19.3% altogether on the max level. Abu Simbel in this case is a lot stronger. It's on the base gives you 18.3 and it gives you RPs, and statue wonders are a lot more beneficial to use to win every battle than to use palace wonders. Now let's talk about the Palace Wonders, what we have and why I say they don't bring anything into the military. We have Hanging Gardens, which is a palace. If you switch it on, you get your food production. Doesn't sound like military here, so we can move on. We have, okay, Abu Simbel is a palace, and you might say it synergizes. If you use both of Valhalla and Abu Simbel together, that's kind of big boost, but you would gain more if you would use statue synergy, and if you rolled for Valhalla and if you have it, you can switch it on together if you have a free spot in your Allied Culture Wonders just for that extra boost. Now the next palace is Palace of Aachen, and Palace of Aachen provides us with health boost to our standard infantry units, as well as provides its own units and speeds up the time at which its own units are produced. Now it might sound military, but as we know, health wonders are not really good at this point in time in the game, and Palace of Aachen is mostly used early game to get extra troops, because those infantry units are quite decent, but it has no synergy with the statue wonders, so in the end game I never use it at all, and I do not recommend it. The next palace wonder we have is the Forbidden City. Forbidden City is an allied culture wonder which you use if you have it during China, because it boosts the production of China allied culture and it's only needed there. Now imagine your Age of Sicily, you have unlocked Arabic allied culture, and why would you switch on the Forbidden City? Makes no sense. It's only meant for China. Next wonder, which is a palace, is of course Sail Palace. It says it in its name. Now Sail boosts the hit points of the summoned walls of Alexander the Great. And also it boosts the health points of the walls summoned by its own commander, King Pakal, which you can randomly get by having this wonder active. It might give you King Pakal once in 24 hours. Now having a wonder that only boosts 2 commanders summoned walls is kinda ridiculous, because these walls are only used at the Gunnar boss fight in the Alliance Treasure Hunt, and you can easily win that battle without it. If you saw my videos, you would know it, because I don't use Alexander and I don't use King Pakal, and I still win that battle very easy. Almost nowhere else in the game those commanders are required and are actually useful. And now the last of the palace wonders we can switch on is the City de Carcassonne. Now, City de Carcassonne is one of the newly added wonders. It provides you with its own heavy infantry units, which are quite decent, also gives critical hit chance improved for your heavy infantry units, and also reduces the time at which heavy infantry units are produced. Now, even though this wonder is actually fun to play, it doesn't have any decent military synergies. That's why usually, if you have better options, you would not use it. So imagine you switch these 5 palace wonders on just to get that 7.5% on top boost for Valhalla, and it would still be 17.8 and max level. It's still gonna be lower than Abu Simbel altogether, even with that. If we switch those wonders on instead of Sphinx, Zeus, Temple of Artemis, we would lose tons and tons of damage. Why? Because statue wonders, when they synergize, for every statue active, the units that the wonder boosts get extra 4% of damage from every statue active. When we switch all the statues on, especially Yggdrasil of the newly added wonders, because it counts as 2 statue wonders at the same time, we get up to 20%, even more, it can be 24% of boost to every unit. So that would be archers, cavalry, infantry, and our military power grows like very fast, multiplying, and it's very easy to win every battle. And now imagine instead of all that, you switch on the Valhalla and all the palaces you have to boost it, and then you're like 10 times weaker than you should be. So this wonder is interesting, but not by its main boosts. It's not as good as people think they are. And I don't want to be really pessimistic, because I know a lot of people like Norse mythology and they're all for Valhalla just for that, but really, the boost is the boost is not that good, and if it would be at least going until 19.3% like Abu Symbol, then maybe it would be a little bit better, but still, Palace Synergy is absolutely useless. If it would be using statue wonders to synergize, then yes, that would be a must-have and it would be the best wonder probably in the game, but it doesn't use statue wonders, it uses palace wonders to grow, and that's what makes it quite bad at the moment. Now the third bonus this wonder provides is that it gives you a mystery chest, which can include the mercenary commander Ragnar Lodbrok once per day. You don't get it at 100% chance. You have a chance of 20% of getting Ragnar Lodbrok or 80% to get goods of the era you are in, which you are producing. Exactly, it would be 200 of each per day instead of Ragnar, which is very, very low. Now, of course, if you level it up at level 30, but always imagine the amount of resources you would have to invest to level it up, especially that this is a legendary and quite underwhelming. Just count the amount of resources and time, and you will understand this is just not useful at all. At level 30, you would have 46.5% to get Ragnar and 53.5% to get resources. This is, of course, scaling and multiplying as you level it up. Now let's take a good look at Ragnar Lodbrok presented in this game. Now, if you played Feudal Age, you would know that he's a quest giver in this game. If you get Valhalla, you can have a chance to get him as the mercenary commander. Now what he does, Ragnar summons a Stormcaller catapult. He has 2 charges, which means 2 catapults per fight, cooldown of 25%, which means that usually battle is over in 30-40 seconds. At best you would summon 1 catapult, and if something goes really wrong, but it's very rare, you gotta summon 2. Now of course catapult comes as 1 unit. And now let's talk about the damage. As we know, we had multiple tries from the devs to implement a commander which would be a siege unit, which would do AoE damage. We had some tries like our standard Hannibal commander, which is a siege unit commander. But as we know, he dies really fast, he doesn't do really decent damage. Now then we have Gunnar, which you can get from Alliance Treasure Hunt. Gunnar is actually quite decent. Ragnar's catapult gives us 2,723 until 3,812 total damage if you're Age Sicily. Of course, if you Stone Age, it gives you 300 until 420. This damage is not actually super high, and not actually super good, because we have much better mercenary commanders we can acquire daily, like for example from the mercenary tower you can acquire Genghis Khan, from Sphinx you can acquire on the daily basis Menace, which is absolutely amazing. Now what you're looking for in the battle is mostly just added salmon troops which can cover your archers, because your infantry anyway dies towards the middle of the battle and the enemy just starts shooting at your archers. And what you want to do, you want to cover them with some sort of units. It could be summoned cavalry, it could be summoned infantry, it could be anything, but we need summoned units. Siege Weapon is not one of them. Siege Weapon doesn't have really good health, it dies fast. You need some units. So I would say instead of using him, units from the rare wonders, not even legendary, like Sphinx, would be much stronger and much more useful than would be the Ragnar. Now, as the last bonus of Valhalla, it gives you 1 additional commander slot. Now, this is the best part of this wonder. If we just discard for 3 points, we go to 1 additional commander slot, and this is actually interesting and absolutely amazing new mechanic, which everyone would like. But if you don't use mercs, let's just go through it. We usually use Queen of the Mayans for Jaguars, we use King Minos for his cavalry, and we use Leonidas for his Spartan infantry warrior. Now, beside them, if you don't use mercenaries, what you gonna use? Harold? I would say no, because his damage is absolutely depressing. Inanna has quite a low heal, especially towards the endgame, and no one ever uses her anymore when they pass certain age. Alexander the Great might be, just to distract archers for 2 shots, because he summons walls and those walls die quite fast, but they can distract gunners banner and they can distract the enemy from your main units. Hannibal, I just talked about him, he's kinda weak to this game and he almost deals the same damage the Ragnar's catapult does. If you look on the wiki, it shows that he almost does the same damage, a little bit lower of course, but not crucial. And then that's it. So if you don't use mercenary commanders, these commanders you might use as the fourth one are not really so good and not so really useful. And as we know, nothing else changes this game. We won all of the battles before, we completed Alliance Treasure Hunt 60 encounters by using 3 main commanders, 3 strongest one, and that's it. We kinda don't need the fourth one. So it's a nice mechanic, I actually like it, but it's not really useful and it's not really needed. Firstly, this wonder is legendary, and to be a legendary, it requires a little bit more, because we have a lot better wonders than this one, which can be acquired a lot faster and make your gameplay fun. And now the last but not least, let's talk about Valhalla Synergies. It is Arena. So as Arena Wonder, it can provide certain bonuses for few wonders because Arena Synergy is also quite undeveloped in this game. What we have developed is Statue Synergy, Fortress Synergy, and that's basically it. Most of the others are slightly undeveloped and it's a huge mess in there, so mostly people use Statue, Synergy, and some others, like for example Stonehenge requires temples to get more RPs, so people stack up those temples before they click on Stonehenge and then switch them off. That's basically it. So Arena, as the Synergy, Valhalla can boost Tikal and Chichen Itza. Now Tikal is a Mayan allied culture wonder which boosts the production of Maya, and it's very useful during the times of Byzantine and Franks, just because Mayans are one of the hardest allied cultures to complete. They require a ridiculous amount of resources, and Tikal comes really in handy actually to pass them easily. Also, Tikal provides a boost to capital city goods in production, and that's why Tikal needs other arenas active to boost capital goods production even further. Chichen Itza is one of the coolest wonders. Chichen Itza provides critical hit chance to your archers. If you have arenas on, Chichen Itza will provide 15% extra critical hit chance to all of your ranged units for every other active arena. So only 2 wonders. For Chichen Itza, I would say you would not feel a lot of difference. 15% is okay, but not as much, and we don't use Arena Synergy because it's undeveloped and almost none of the wonders, as you understood just now, need it. If you have it, okay. If you don't have it, it's still okay. So only 2 wonders can be boosted by Valhalla's type, which is Arena. Let's go on to the quick summary. Now, today we talked about the 2 new world wonders, first of which is Dragonship Ellida. I would say Dragonship Ellida is absolutely amazing. If we discard the health bonus, and even with it, it's actually quite amazing. If you get it quite early in the game, it will help you out to trade fast, to advance fast, get you good fast. If you get it in the late game, you're gonna be quite happy with boosting your Colossus by extra 10% and getting more gears every day, which means more orbs, which means more blueprints, which means faster wonder advancement. And then the second wonder, we have Valhalla. By the first bonus, a lot weaker than Abu Simbel. Second bonus gives us synergy, which we never use for military. Now you can, of course, if you don't have anything else to put, you can switch it on all together with the statue wonders, Abu Simbel, everything, and it will get 1.5% from Abu, because Abu is a palace. So yeah, you can use it and it would be beneficial for you, but there are far better wonders we can use at the moment. For example, I would use Yggdrasil of the newly added wonders because it counts as 2 of the statue wonders at the same time, so it would boost my other military wonders. So the best setup for wonders would still be Yggdrasil, Sphinx, Chichen Itza and Abu Simbel of the allied cultures wonders. With them, your battles will become a lot more easier for you than you would do if you would use Valhalla for its synergy. Mystery chest of Valhalla, which can produce a commander, is actually also kinda disappointing, because on the level 1 you have only 20% chance to get that Ragnar, and even if you get him, he's not as good as he should be, considering this is a legendary wonder and this is a really hard to get. And then Valhalla can provide you with one additional commander slot, which is absolutely amazing. It's nice, cool new mechanic, brings something fresh to the battle, but only if you use Mercenary, because main commanders, only 3 are playable, which is Leonidas, Minas, and of course Princess with her Jaguars, and that's it. None of the other commanders are actually useful in the battles in the late game. In the early game, I can agree that every little bit counts, but in the late game, they're just not useful at all. My personal advice is don't follow the trends and don't just roll for everything added new. Just calculate how much you're winning and how much you're losing on using those or those wonders. At this point in time, if you have Valhalla, you can use it and put it in the 4th slot, and you will actually find it quite beneficial because it boosts damage to all of your units. Not as good as Abu Simbel, but still it provides damage to all units, which is kinda strong. Suggestion would still be using Yggdrasil because it counts as 2 statues at the same time, and it would boost your Temple of Artemis, Statue of Zeus, Great Sphinx, everything you use of the military wonders by 8% just by using. So each of your units will get 8% damage boost just for using Yggdrasil, altogether with your statue military wonders. Don't use Valhalla for synergy, use it if you have it, but it's actually not as good as some other wonders we have in the game at the moment. And on this note, I thank you all for watching, have a great day ahead, and I'll see you on my next video.